I've been playing this game for I don't know, like 2 years now.
Sure.
And I've been in plat purgatory for a while, and I'm hoping maybe you can help me get out.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, when you fill out the form, you're gold, so clearly there's been some progress.
You know, it's very odd because I went from plat one down to gold five, I think, or gold one or whatever it was, and now I'm back to plat. Yeah, I'm just kind of, up and down the ladder, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes. Nobody's playtime is well. You got to look at it like this way. It's like part of it's a little bit random depending on what kind of quality of teammates you get, what quality of enemy players you get, and then also your own skill fluctuates on a day-to-day basis, right? Nobody ever plays statically the same. So most players I work with, assuming they don't have any major inconsistency issues, usually fluctuate around 3 tiers. So like anywhere from plat 4 to like gold 5 or gold 2, gold 1, somewhere around there. That's pretty normal fluctuation. So what got you into Overwatch initially?
So I used to play Team Fortress 2 on PC,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I was a big Team Fortress 2 guy. And
Mm-hmm.
then, one day I was like, I kind of miss TF2.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone would say, oh, Overwatch is just like TF2. And so, I was like, my PC isn't working anymore, but I know I can play Overwatch on console.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, I'll download Overwatch and I'll try it out. And yeah, that's pretty much how I ended up here.
Sure, sure. And then tank, Ryan Sig Winston specifically, what does that look like over time? Was that like immediately where you gravitated? Did that adjust and change? How did that go?
So when I first picked up the game, I just saw the big German guy with a hammer, and I was like, he's my guy.
Yeah,
I just don't want to hit people with a hammer.
yeah.
So I would just like one trick Reinhardt for like a solid year. I just would
Yep.
not touch anyone else. I was like determined I want to be the Ryan guy. Um, and then I learned, it's not that easy, and I figured, well, maybe if I, expand my hero pool, I might do a little better.
Yep.
So I saw the monkey with the jetpack, and I was like, that sounds like a good time. So I picked up monkey, and then obviously Sigma is just cool.
Yep.
But lately, since I made since I filed that application, I've just been playing Ryan Winston.
Sure.
So just 1 to 2 heroes.
Yeah. Seems good. I mean, that's a tight hero pool, and also like they really any situation where Ryan is decent, Ryan's decent. In a situation where Ryan is not decent, Winston should be decent. Now you're still going to have your Malgabash and disaster classes, but to be honest with you, like those are if the map is good, you can still play around this with either Ryan or Winston too. So that seems like a solid pool. Now playing Overwatch most days a week, couple hours per day, is that still the case?
I would say like 6 days a week. At night, usually like 2 to 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that solo queue, ranked, quick play, arcade?
Always solo queue. I just love pain and suffering, so just solo
Okay.
queue
All right. So here's the
every
here's the
night.
leaks. I freaking love solo queue. I mostly always play solo queue. I don't like playing ranked with friends because I just want to focus on myself. I hate like the whole yeah. So I'm with you on that one. Okay, cool. When do you play Ryan? When do you play Winston? What's that breakdown generally?
It's on the map. So if it's like Watchpoint Gibraltar, I'm going Winston. If it's King's Row, I'm going Reinhardt. It's just very map dependent. I used
Yep.
to look at my teammates and think, oh, we're playing Brawl. I gotta play Brawl. But now I'm just like, you know what? They're gonna pick Mercy no matter what, or whoever. I'm just gonna play who I want to play,
Yep.
and
Okay. Yeah.
depending
Seems
on the
good.
map. So
Okay. Yep. Seems intelligent to me. Goal is to climb up to Diamond 5 and 5v5 in 2025. Short-term goals are to use my ultimates and Sigma better. Obviously, so we'll ignore the Sigma stuff right now. So, what are your goals for Ryan Winston?
uh, it's hard to say right now. It's hard for me to articulate.
Oh, it's fine.
I definitely need to get better at hitting my shatters on Rhine because there's a lot of times where I just waste my shatter.
Yep.
Um, Especially when like I'm really up close, I'll just my hammer goes over the guy's head and I miss.
Yep.
Um, Winston is just like everything. Winston's just hard.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
requires a big brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
He's difficult.
I don't know. Winston, there's so many things with Winston. It's like when do you engage? Like matchups. Like a lot of times I struggle with like going Winston against the Reinhardt. Like, because if I just ignore the Reinhardt, which is like what my instinct tells me, like ignore him, go attack his backline, he'll just walk in my backline and just kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I kind of struggle because I've seen I'm one of those chronic video watchers where I just watch a
Yeah.
crap ton of videos,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so in my head, I'm like, oh, ignore the tank, shoot the backline. I'm thinking of that one video you did where you had like the glass, where you're tapping the glass, or like don't shoot the tank. That's like my brain every time. I'm like, don't shoot the tank. But then when I don't, it's like they just get free space, kill my backline.
Yeah. I mean, the key thing with Winston is just more of you're approaching your DPS, you're applying pressure from an angle, right? Usually you have enough mobility to reach backline safely and consistently, or a DPS at least. But if you don't, I mean, yeah, take what you can. And Ryan's a real doozy because Ryan definitely has more mobility than say like a Ramatra, but you may not be able to reach backline safely. You might have to take the tank trade. So there's like the scale of Overwatch balance for tanks generally is like tanks with a lot of options of mobility and angles and so on generally aren't very good in tank trades, and vice versa. Tanks that are really bad at mobility and angles are generally really good in tank trades because that's about the only thing they can do. Ryan's kind of somewhere in between. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Let's keep going here. I think I need to focus on setting clear and more distinct goals before each session. I mean, I definitely think that's the case, right? You had some goals for Sigma, but you're pretty lost to the Ryan Winston, right? At least apparently, right? So I think game mechanics can be a limiting factor at times. I think gameplay would improve if I had a better sense of when to engage, when to disengage, when to walk in, when to walk out. Okay. Would you elaborate on that at all, any since you filled that out?
I'm sorry, I just had a brain fart.
That's okay. Do you think that it's just like more of just like what to do, need specific goals, game mechanics?
Yeah, like when I go online, like sometimes I just have like a general idea in my head, like okay, today I'm gonna like turn around and see where my team is when I'm like planning on engaging. Or
Mm-hmm.
like other days, I'm kind of just like, you know what? Let me try to not take as much damage. Try to like limit my economy, like not take too much damage, not waste my cooldowns, not waste my ult. But I never like really specify like specific goals, and I don't know if those are the goals that I should be working on. I
Right.
don't know if like I'm already there or if it's something I'm just like overdoing.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
like I
You
need
just
like a differential diagnosis, like someone to
yeah,
look at from the outside and be like, hey, this is what you're screwing up on.
I understand. Okay, so you just need more specific goals, more unique stuff to what you're doing, but you understand that that's kind of what you need to be pursuing, and so that's kind of the goal here. Okay. Um. I don't have a whole lot more from your form. I mean, obviously sleep is a little bit low. I can relate with that a little bit, but that's always something you can be doing a little bit better. I mean, 6 isn't bad. 6.5, 7's better. You're a high performance athlete when it comes to Overwatch, right? So like you got to treat yourself like one. So, but I know that can be tricky. But okay. Any other questions?
None that I can think of right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's
Now,
my dog.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Do you have any replay codes? They did get wiped yesterday morning, so you might need to do something fresh. But do you have any available right now?
Yeah, I got replay codes. I'm gonna put myself on mute because my dad's jamming on the saxophone. I gotta walk inside and get the
No, that's all
get the
right.
codes.
I actually love that.
I don't
That's
want you
sick.
to. Yeah, I don't want you to hear like careless whisper while I'm.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's kind of rude of you to deny me that. I might enjoy that actually, but
I don't even
you do
know what he's
you.
playing. Hold
You do
on. I'll
you do
go get
you.
my. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries. Saturday, I've only caught a few notes, which is kind of a bummer. You just gave me the taste of it
Yeah,
without really getting to it, but that's all right.
that's why I don't play on voice because I don't want people to,
That's
you
all
know,
right.
blame
I,
me for my dad playing,
it,
sax in the background.
it's funny because
Uh,
saxophone was when I was a kid. That was the instrument I wanted to learn how to play, so I've always been a saxophone fan.
I thought it'd be funny to learn the tuba, and I started to, but then I don't know, other things. Um, I think these replay codes are good. I did them right before.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want me to just tell it to you or
Yeah,
message it
whatever
to
you can
you?
type it out or tell it. Whatever's more convenient for you doesn't matter to me.
I'll type it out really quick. I think that's easier. So the first one is King's Row,
Yep.
and it's just Reinhardt.
Yeah, seems good.
And I want you to keep in mind that last night I was like, oh crap, I got coaching tomorrow, so I'm like, I really got to like crank these games in.
Yeah, it's all right.
So they're definitely. I'm not gonna be on any Korean dive teams anytime soon.
Listen, that's
You
totally
know,
fine. That's totally fine. I mean, just playing kind of middling, if that's a decent reflection, there'll always be stuff to learn. I don't think you need to worry too much about it. All right, first code here. You said Ryan and Kings Row all the way through.
yeah.
What's your breakdown of Ryan versus Winston? How much of each do you play approximately? Do you know? I mean, you might even have
All
to pull
right.
up your career profile.
If I give you like an average, I looked at it last night. I have like 200 hours on Reinhardt, and I have like 50 on Winston.
Okay.
So
What about last
definitely, I
season?
feel a lot more confident on Ryan than I do on Winston.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Any questions about Ryan specifically before we get in?
Um, you know, I'm sure as we go along, maybe something will pop up. But for right now, just
Okay. Let's take a look.
nothing.
Ryan's the guy that hits people with his hammer, right? We always start the session with the same thing. You hit people with your freaking hammer. That's pretty much it. The details of how you get there, I mean, obviously it takes some positioning aspects. You got to find a way to get close to people without taking damage, but that's what you do. Now, the question is who do you want to hit with your hammer? You prefer squishies, but you don't always have access to those squishies. Sometimes you can't quite reach them, so you got to hit what's in front of you. If you find a way to pin to a position to where you can reach squishies, then that is an option. And I think that's where a lot of people screw up with Reinhardt is they think, oh, I'm either only focusing on tank even when I get another opportunity, or they watch, one of my videos and they say, okay, we got to be going for squishies. So I'm going to pin right through the middle of the enemy team and hit them. No, you got to think about where's the position that you can hit a squishy with. And so you got to be a little bit more clever about how you set it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's see what we do here. Now, one thing with Ryan is you have to be so incredibly deliberate with where you hold or where you move. This is called the no-no zone, okay? When you are more than a meter away from a corner on either side, I don't like it most of the time. So here, I don't mind the general spot of where you're holding, but I need you decisively holding corner here or decisively holding corner here, your choice. The reason why is because right now, you're not really holding attention effectively. You can hold this corner here and take 0 damage until you want to peek with Fire Strike. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if you stand here, you have to use shield. Infinite shield, non-infinite shield, your choice. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't mind if you want to hold here. Throw Fire Strikes, hide. Throw Fire Strikes, hide. Oh, they walked into me, hit him with my hammer. Or here. Throw Fire Strikes, hide. Throw Fire Strikes, hide. Oh, they walked into me, hammer, right? But this is a waste. Like, even if you want to shield your Bastion, yeah, sure. You could have had 500 more shield when he turreted if you'd simply held a corner beforehand. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Real quick, before we get deeper, are you in console or PC?
I'm on console.
Okay, I don't know if you've ever live streamed through Discord on console. I know it can be a pain. Do you know if you can? If you don't, it's fine.
I've never attempted it.
Okay,
so
then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it then.
I'm like a caveman with that stuff.
No, that's okay. Same. I think it's really difficult with console too, so. Okay. Same thing. Not here. Here. That way, when you drop your shield to swing, if you want to, one person shoots you, not 4. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like, Ryan is like, what it is, it's like a black and white pencil drawing. It can be beautiful, but it is all about the basics. The lines, the paper you're using, the position you're holding the pencil. It's a lot of really, really, really fundamental things. Don't leave walls unless you have a really good reason to. Do not take unnecessary damage. And when you do, swing. Shield. Fire strike. This is better. Good. Yes, good. Good. Force her out, sure. Next corner. Sure. Don't float. Hold the corner. Now, if you want to walk forward here because you got to pick, where would you walk forward to? Where's your next corner?
Killable.
Don't worry about who's killable. Think about the position first. You want to walk forward, but you need to find a corner first. Where is that?
Where that health pack is, maybe?
Yeah, you got it. Get to here. Now, they're all going to freak. They're going to go, kill Ryan. But they're going to do so right in front of your team. You'll be fine. As long as you're on this corner, you'll be fine. Good fire strike. Find your corner. Don't float. Find your corner. Good. Yes. This is a lot of what defensive Ryan looks like. You kind of seeing it? Shove him in the box. Shove him in the box. Shove him in the box. The only mistake that you've made here is swinging too wide from corners, taking too much damage unnecessarily. That's it. The fire strikes, by the way, have been really good. I really like how you're deliberately aiming them right at people across. Perfect timing, right? Good stuff. Now, you want to walk forward. Don't just pin in. Control space. Where's your next corner?
To the left.
To the left, right? Now, if you wanted to pin in, you ready for something silly? Pin around this way to here. To this corner here. Pull their attention away from your team. Don't just pin down main. Wrap around behind. But you don't even have to do that. You could just walk to the left here.
Should I worry about being in the line of sight of my
No.
my supports?
No.
Okay.
That's nice, definitely. But your cover is your best support. Cover is your best support. Yeah. So if you look at this right here, if you walk here and you hold shield in front of these guys and keep these guys busy, if your Zarya pushes your team, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people that can deal with that Zarya, and you're controlling 3. The difference between Reinhardt and other tanks is your ability to control their attention without taking damage. There is not a single tank in the game that's better at that than you are. Orisa, yes, she's 4 to 5, she's taking damage. Malga, he's taking damage. Roadhog, he's taking damage. Ramatra, he's taking damage. Even Sigma doesn't have as big of a shield as you do. He's taking damage. You may not be able to swing and shield at the same time like characters like Orisa basically can, right? But you don't take damage. So you sit here in this corner and you hold shield or you swing and the Zarya loses HP. But the difference is, again, you cannot float. You must stick to a wall. Your choice where that wall is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think this is definitely one of those situations where you could have walked forward to the next corner given the fact that you were up 1. That would have been a little bit more useful here. You don't need to worry about the Zarya here because you could have just been just as close to the squishies, right? In fact, you were actually closer to the squishies than you were to the Zarya for a moment, which is why you should have gone for them instead. And gone for them, I don't necessarily mean kill them, just keep them busy. Okay. Where's your corner? Same thing, right? It's like a broken record. Yes, to the left. Get here. Shove your big, fat, ugly shield right in their face, or just sit in the corner and throw fire strikes and swing. Do not let these guys walk forward without being scared of you. Don't float. You see, you're floating still, right? You let the Zarya walk past your corner. This isn't just about preserving your shield HP. You should not have let her walk past this corner without getting hammered in the face. When you hammer in the face, she has to either die or she shields. If she bubbles, okay, then fine, we can shield too. So no, you're losing space because you're focusing too much on trying to shield your team exclusively instead of holding the positions that will keep your team safe and allow you to swing your hammer. Hold the corner. Do you feel surrounded? Like left, right, left, right. Does this feel chaotic, right? Not your responsibility. Hold your corner. This is your responsibility. Or hold your corner. This is your responsibility. You choose. You get to choose whatever one you want. Doesn't mean you don't move, but it does mean that when you do move, you move from corner to corner. Any questions so far?
No, not immediately.
Pretty simple, right? Now,
yeah.
This is not because you're plat that, oh, we're keeping it this simple. This is exactly how Ryan works in any situation. Now, you might be pinning backline, but you're pinning backline to find a corner. Yeah. Right? You might be pinning high ground. You might be holding this choke, or you might be holding this choke, or you might be holding, but you're holding a corner. Always. Always. And it's always done so that you can swing your hammer more while avoiding damage, or using infinite shield, that is the wall, without losing shield HP. So, where's your corner here? This is okay, right? Could you walk forward further, though?
I could walk up to the left.
Uh-huh. Hold your space here.
Yeah.
That's it. Your team is here. You can walk. So you can look at this. Yeah, well, you're unsure. You don't have a lot of confidence in yourself because you're thinking, if I walk forward, my team won't walk up with me. That might be the case. That's why we turn around before the fight starts. What I want you to do is I want you to find your corner, your position, your angle first. Then turn around, check your team. If your team does not walk with you, then you go backwards. If they do walk with you, then you're good. But don't assume they're not going to follow you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I got you.
You're the tank.
I do have a question, though. I just thought
Go
of
for it. That's all right. Go for it.
So I play out of voice and out of text chat.
Yep, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
There's a lot of like toxic, Mama Luke's on there.
Yeah. I almost never play in voice. No, you're good. Walk forward.
Right,
Walk forward, hold the corner.
Thinking, like, if I'm on comms, I could be like, "Hey guys, I'm walking up."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's listening.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think your teammates need to hear you say that you're walking forward to see you walking forward?
I mean, if they're visual learners, they'll learn someone walking forward.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I'm a teacher. I got you.
So, I got you. All right, so you know what you're talking about, right? You have to cut your teammates the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes they'll prove you wrong. Most of the times they won't. Trust your teammates.
I scream at my TV a lot, and they can't hear me, and I think it's a blessing.
Right. I get that 100%. My point being here is walk forward. If your teammates are morons, walk backward, but walk forward first. Trust them. Trust your teammates to hold where you want to hold. It's very important that you're holding here. Not because there's some strategic, advanced macro pro concept. It's just because it choke good Ryan. Play here, please. That's it. This is also a choke, but it's just much more open. It's just worse. So go here instead. You decide that. And if your teammates don't follow up, okay, back up. Most people either never turn around and never look at their team or only think about your team. The latter is you. Now, perk-wise, we'll talk really fast about perks. I like this perk a lot, but I don't love this perk as much for this particular map. Why? You chose the heal perk. I don't like it as much. You tell me.
I guess because there's narrow chokes and I can throw fire strikes through the narrow chokes better.
True. It's more about why this perk isn't as useful. It's the fact that you're probably going to be consistently next to within your support sidelines, essentially. And there's not a lot of flanking involved, okay? If there's a lot of... Right. I understand that. I don't think this perk is bad. I just think the other one might be a little bit more useful and more choke-oriented maps. Now, I want you to experiment. Don't just take my word for it. Go test it, okay? But yeah, this perk's fine. You see how awkward this feels? You're like, my team is fighting here, but I'm like back here. Like, you should be like, come on, I dare you guys to try to push my team. That's where we need you to be. Because your team actually walks forward. Your team is ready to fight here. Your Bastion, your Soldier, your Mercy are fighting up. Now, I don't know what the frick your Ana's doing. She's like, what is she doing? Hang on, I'm sorry. We got to go on a side quest here.
That's what I mean, man.
Oh, she wants to go high ground, but she's lost. No. No, I got one even better than that. You ready? You know why she backed up? She doesn't know what friendly Bastion ultimate sounds like.
Are you? Oh my god.
She thought that your Bastion ult was the enemy Bastion ult. On a side note, though, that skin is sick. Actually, that's actually pretty sick looking. I didn't know that was a skin. Okay. But yeah, it's still not the end of the world, right? Like, most of your team's up here, so why the frick are you in the back? Right? Yeah. Now, I know why. It's because you're scared of, I don't want to break support LOS. My teammate won't follow up. So I'm not criticizing you. You obviously know that Ryan shouldn't be in the back. The reason you're in the back is because you're scared that you're not going to get support. You don't trust your teammates to move up with you. That's just not a good enough excuse is kind of what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Trust your teammates to walk forward if they don't walk backwards, but you must hold corners. You're losing this fight because you don't have a Reinhardt. You have an Ana with a shield. Right, and Ana that can't even heal her team. Right? So this fight is cooked. And then in addition to that, this is a situation when your best choice should be running. Why?
They're using an ult, and they're walking forward.
And top right.
And somebody's flanking me.
Yeah, even more important than that, look at the kill feed. You're cooked, mate. This fight's over. This fight's over. Yeah, so you said ult, Soldier, Bastion. It's over. Just get disengaged. Full out. Either go all the way in and murder somebody and die in a blaze of glory to stop the cart. That's usually a good decision if you can't get out. Or if you can get out, then just full disengage. Back up to like here. Make them overextend if they want to push you, right? The problem here is you back up, but this is not enough. We need to keep going. You're down 2. You got people in spawn. That ults. This is too cowardly. You see what I'm saying? So honestly, I don't hate the ultimate because it might force another ultimate. There it is. It forces 2 ultimates. These guys are idiots. But you had no way of predicting that, right? You had no way of predicting that. You got to be a little bit more decisive with your disengages. That's it. Yeah. Make sense?
Yes.
If you're down at an advantage, you either go in aggressively and die, or you back up and give up space decisively. Your choice. Okay. That's a good trade. We can walk. Walk to your next corner. Where's your corner here? This is a trick question. Right. Yeah, kind of, right? Like kind of holding off to the side here. I don't hate payload here. What is corner supposed to do? It's supposed to give you cover and let you swing on stuff. I mean, this is kind of doing that, right? This is okay. This is good. Like that Bastion turret can't kill you here. So, yeah. Beautiful. You are a bad man with the fire strikes. Good stuff. Where do you want to hold? Do you want to hold here? Do you want to hold here? Do you want to hold here? Do you want to try to see if you can hold here again? I don't want you to think strategically. Trust your gut. What does your gut say? What do you want?
What do I want?
What do you want?
A lot of things. Let me think. I guess where that soldier is up there, because I don't want to leave the cart.
Okay.
Too far away.
So walk through there.
Yeah.
And then turn around. And I promise you, your team will be there to help you. You decide. Yep. And then I always sit here. Now, you look at this and you go, guys, I want to hold this corner. What do you do now?
Guys, I want to hold this corner. I just stand there so they know that I want to hold that corner.
Okay, so that's the difference between leadership and hubris. Do you see what you just did right there? You decided you wanted to hold here, so you walked here. Your team goes, I want to go here. Guess what? You need to go there.
Okay.
You need to go there. That's the difference between what most ranked players do and other. Either some ranked players, like I said, just do whatever the team wants them to do. They never provide any sort of leadership, right? Other ranked players rage, especially support players when it comes to this. I don't want to fight there, so I refuse to help you. No, you need to move, right? You need to move. You need to move to here, and you need to hold here. Is it where you wanted to hold? No. Is that where your team is fighting right now? Yep. Move. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Order of operations. You go to where you want to hold. Look at what your team does. Adjust your plan if necessary.
So if they decide to just walk forward, I walk forward.
Yes. Or you turn around and you're holding this corner and your Ana's like in Guam over here. Okay, well, I guess we're fighting on this corner, guys. Crud, right?
That's
yes. You know. You provide a plan and then be willing to accommodate. That's the order. That's how it works. And you do it. This is good. You even look around, you're like, hey, guys. But see, the problem here is you're not holding the corner. You're going, oh, we're going to back up. No, we're not. We're holding the corner. None of this. Go to here. You will fight and die here. It's fine. It's not a problem. Go there. That's the difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is better. I want to see one of those fire strikes of yours. I love your fire strikes. And to be honest with you, if you're not fire striking, there's no reason to throw shield right now. Don't worry about shielding your team. Maybe a little bit if you got like a Bastion turret. I'm not saying never shield your team, but I don't know if it's worth it right now. Sure. I mean, if it's a freaking amazing pin, I'm just scared about pushing past this corner. Why?
I'm out of my supports LOS.
Nope. So see, that's the bait question. I got you, right? You're off to, the question is not, can you get healed? Because maybe you don't need to be healed. The question is my team fighting at all? You're going to have to use a little bit of peripheral awareness, right? Let's look again. Can your team see anything to shoot right now?
No.
Yeah, kind of not really. I mean, I guess maybe they could shoot Juno on the choke here. That's the problem. Yeah. See, you don't need your supports. You do need your team. You do need your supports shooting something or healing something, doing damage. Because if you pin in here and you hit this pin and you kill this Zarya, that's great. But that will only work if these guys are also getting shot. Does that make sense? Otherwise, they're just going to throw all the healing and they're going to kill you in this room by yourself. Does that make sense? Don't worry about playing around your supports LOS all the time. Just make sure that they're doing something somewhere else. If there's a Tracer, Ball diving your backline and they're all trying to live and you just go and kill the Ana, that's fine because Tracer, Genji aren't looking at you. Ball's not looking at you. They're looking over here. Right now, I love the pin, but I'm not so sure that she can't get help because I don't know if your team can shoot anything. Case in point. You see it? There is nothing to see here. Now you're overextended.
So should I bait them out?
Correct.
Okay.
Where are we fighting? Somewhere here. Anywhere here.
Yeah.
They walk here, I murder them. Because I know it's not just me pinning. Because if you'd walked here and pinned the Zarya here, this would have been pretty open and like no cover here. Which isn't great. But you know what? Your Soldier would have been shooting. Your Mercy would have been damage boosting. Your Ana would have been healing. Your Bastion would have been damaging. That's okay. That being said, nice pen. Good fire strike. Good fire strike. Like, this is what we want. Now, go murder. The only thing here is you shouldn't have backed off from the corner. You see the difference? Do you see the timing difference? It's incredibly important that there is no delay between they are walking into my team and I hit them with my hammer. This delay is murder to your Soldier Bastion. Do you see it? Yeah. This guy needs to have his teeth kicked in right now. Break the bubbles. I don't give a frick. Run him down. Force 4 to 5, force Ramatra block, force Zarya bubbles, force the Ryan to use pin, like whatever, whoever tank this is, it doesn't matter. You need to get in his face and either swing or shield. Yes, very good. Very good. Very beautiful, beautiful. The answer there was just a shield, not even the swing. That was fine. That was good. Just do that right in the corner, right as they turn right into your team. Good pin, because let me ask you a question. Is your team there to follow up?
Bastion is at least.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm more confident that my team is right behind me. Let's find out. And yes. Okay. Nice job. Good call. This is correct. You see it? Because you're like, oh, they're all focusing me. Yeah, but your team is destroying them from behind. Very nice job. Team walk forward. So once you walk from, he walks forward, you walk forward with him. You find something else to pressure to. No backline Ryan. And if you're Ryan Soldier's holding here, guess what? We're holding this choke now, right? Like we're yeah. We're holding this choke now. So your fire strikes are really good. Sure. Like your team backed up, you backed up. Okay. Now your team is fighting. Look at your Soldier. Look at the kill feed with Bastion. Time to go. All right, it's time to fight. Yes. Yes. This is good. This is good. You can, when I say fight, it can mean shielding. It can mean swinging. It's your call here. You didn't really take any damage, so you didn't really need to shield, but now you probably need to shield. Yep. Yeah, we're holding this corner now. Still winnable. I just don't like you standing in the open. Let them come into you. Unless your Soldier's swinging, just let them come into you. But yeah, this is a fat shatter. I like the fact that you just shatter whenever you see an opportunity on really anybody. You're not super picky. Good fire strike. Wow. Oh, you almost got her. That's good. Yes. Yes. Honestly, we hate to see our shield break, but you've been getting good value out of it. You're holding your corners really good. I'm telling you, the last 60 seconds have been pretty darn good from you. You've done a really good job playing around your team, playing corners, looking for swings, managing your HP. This is good. Your fire strikes have been great. Good. Do you notice that you backed off to a what? I mean, it's obvious, right? Corner. You backed off to a corner. So they can focus you down right now, but there was a couple of windows there where you didn't take any damage, and you've got shield. So now you just need to hold your shield, even let it break if you need to, and not die. See, this is the thing. They're all looking at you, and they're not losing the Juno ult here. You see the difference? This is you protecting your team. Come on, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And you're getting ready to look. This is great. And good use of cover here, too. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's too far away. Too far away. Focus on this. Oh, almost. Good. This has been really good cover usage. It's unfortunate because you guys didn't have any ults outside of Nano, which you guys screwed up. But this is a really, really good fight from you. The last, like I said, 60, 90 seconds. Good stuff. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Do you understand exactly what needs to be done better with your Rhine?
So don't float.
Don't float. Don't float.
Stick
Correct.
right on the corner.
Correct.
Move up with your team.
Correct.
Or move back with your team.
Correct. Correct. Exactly. Exactly. What are some things that you're doing well?
What was that?
What are some things that you're doing well?
For the most part, I think my cover usage is good. I think my fire strikes are fairly good.
I think your fire strikes are really
Um,
good. Yep. I think you've been decisive with your shatters too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was a good game. It just ended in a
Yeah.
draw.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Good. I mean, you're on a corner here, right? Now, you see your Moira go in. Do you see her just the blue outline on the left side of your screen?
Yeah.
So you should walk forward. The problem is there isn't really a clear corner to walk to. So what's the next best thing?
I could back up and go through the doorway on the left.
You could. You ready for the easiest
around.
option? Just walk to payload.
Just go forward.
Just walk to payload. Payload's not great, but it's okay. It'll do the job. So just go in here and swing on the Orisa's head. Why? Because everybody and their mother is looking at this Moira, which means she's isolated. So you need to play as a team and fight while your Moira is flanking. This is useful. This is what Moira is really good at. So use this. So if you hold back here and don't push forward with your Moira, it's the same thing as holding back with your soldier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you're creative with what kind of corner you're looking for, you should be okay. I mean, it's just the fat ultimate. It's a little bit unfortunate. I would definitely still quickly find your corner, though. I know you're trying to shield your Bastion, but sadly, that's not going to be enough. Okay, that's going to be a cap, I would imagine. Okay. Now, we can keep looking at Rein here, or we can move on to Winston. Your call. We've got plenty of time for both.
You know what? The Winston game is horrendous, but that's probably what you need to be looking at because it's just terrible.
Okay.
Which is very tragic because the first
okay.
game of the night was Dorado, and I had like 35-0. And I'm like, oh, I can't show him that. That's just, he'll just glaze me. So, like, I need to get like a really crappy one. And then, like, I don't know. I was 11 o'clock at night, Dorado, Roadhog. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I understand. So, Rein, let me just clarify exactly what needs to be done. On corners. I'm not saying playing more aggressive or less aggressive. Just hold a corner. Your choice. You decide. You can push forward. You can push to the next corner, to the next payload, to the back to the next one. You're going to move around a lot, but you're going to move from corner to corner. Hold where you want to hold, move where you want to hold, and then adjust depending on where your team goes. Once you're on that position, your decision to swing or shield is basically entirely dependent on your HP. Now, there are little details like you would prefer to block Sleep Dart, or block Nade, because that's going to chunk a lot of your HP real fast. But basically, if you have a lot of HP, swing. If you don't have a lot of HP, shield. That's it. Fire strikes are good. Keep up the good work. Shatters were good. Just shatter whatever. Don't overthink it. Force cooldowns, force research. Don't need to get 7 kills. Don't need to get shatter 2 people. 1's enough. Use it. Any questions?
No.
Only thing I will say is if you find yourself playing into a lot of counters on Rein, a lot of things that are just putting all the resources onto you, it's good to try to think of what's a different corner that I can access using my mobility. If you've ever turned the corner here and seen Orisa Bastion, whatever, you might pin up to here. Find the corner here, shield to here, walk to here, take high ground here, drop swing, and then hold your shield, duck to corner here. Remember that the awkward thing about Rein, but that what makes him unique is that he's got more mobility than any brawl tank, short range tank by that, in the game. So if you find... Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I do have some matchup questions.
Yes, let's talk about those.
So like Ramatra.
Yes.
I really struggle with Ramatra because he can just punch through my shield.
He can,
so
yes.
I try to ban him like every game.
Yes.
Doesn't always happen.
Yes, so your matchup versus Ram is about being obviously decisive with your corners. It's the same fundamentals as anything else. Your advantages are twofold, okay? Threefold, actually. Shatter is unblockable almost entirely, unless you screw up. It's just one 13-second cooldown shield. Okay? Yeah. Pin, no counterplay. Nemesis form, Omnac form, even when he's ulting, he takes a lot of damage when he gets pinned. No counterplay. High risk, high reward still, but he has no counterplay. Third thing, Ram face tanks damage without his shield. In other words, if you're shielding effectively and using cover effectively, you can hold your shield to block all follow-up to the Ramatra, all of it. Whereas Ram has to use his block, but if he uses his block, he can still be shot, even though it's not a lot of damage, and crucially, he can't punch you when he's blocking. If you find yourself losing to Ramatra, getting punched by Ramatra, odds are that you've probably made a mistake earlier in the engagement by taking too much damage, not doing enough damage, etc., etc., etc. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would still use your mobility versus Ramacho whenever you can. Try to avoid him, make him come to you. But if he comes to you and walks in front of your entire team and you're getting punched to death, there's probably something going wrong with your HP management elsewhere, and you still have Pin and Shatter as tools to deal with that still. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a difficult matchup, I'm not going to lie with you, but there are some tools that you can play around with. Go ahead. You had just a couple other matchup questions, I assume.
Oh, and then a Rhine mirror. So I always kind of struggle with it because it seems like I'm better off hitting Rhine than I am hitting their backline.
Yes. So if you are able to take an angle and access backline from a corner, do so. But if he's just chasing you around, then just win the Rhine trade. He can match your mobility, so you might have to just beat him in the Rhine trade. And by beat him in the Rhine trade, I don't necessarily mean hit the pen, hit the shatter. Just take less damage than he does and do more damage than he does. That's it.
Okay. So it's not even kill him. It's just...
Sure. Not always. No.
Don't die as fast as that.
Yeah, I mean, everything in tanking is doing as much pressure as possible while demanding as few resources as possible. If you hit every fire strike, that's a free 110 whatever damage on every target, right? If you hit your pin, that's great. If you don't get pinned, that's also great. If you use cover well, that's great, right? This is why it's good to understand your matchups, but this is why, like when we talk about being sticky in corners, deciding where you want to hold, that stuff matters so much more because it's always applicable no matter what you're playing into.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Good questions so far.
No.
Okay.
For Reinhardt, no.
Okay, let's take a look then.
I'll send you the Winston one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So for practicing the Rhine things, I would go into a certain percentage of your Rhine games and only focus on being married to a corner perfectly. And then obviously also in other games, I would practice tracking where my team, taking your corner aggressively and then checking your teammate's position. So those are two things that you need to practice. I would try to do that for most of the games that you play Rhine. Try to practice one of those two things, either tracking your teammates' positions and being aggressive with where you want to hold or holding corners. And if you mess up some of your other stuff because you're thinking really hard about your positioning, that's okay. That's just kind of how learning works,
I just thought of another question.
Yes, go for it.
So whenever I start up the game, I always do a game of deathmatch as practice.
Yep.
What should I be practicing when I go into deathmatch?
You tell me.
The same things you're telling me to practice now.
You tell me. Because the corner usage in deathmatch probably doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it's still useful, but you can feel free to just practice mechanical stuff. So what would you practice?
Like with Winston, obviously, it's the jump, melee, cancel, zap, the whole combo. Bubble placement.
Yeah. So what with Rhine?
Well, if I can't practice really cover, like if using cover, I guess hitting my shatters better.
Sure, why not? Hitting your shatters on non-tanks, yeah, why not? And then in the meantime, be a laser with your fire strikes, right? Like they move faster nowadays too, right? So you can hit more targets. I mean, it's still gonna be a little bit luck based, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Fire strikes and shatters, why not? Go for it. It's a good question, and I think that's a great plan. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, let's take a look here. Winston, set up an angle, pressure. Find your corner, just like you would with Rhine, but you can be a lot more flexible with how you position. A lot of people, when I coach with Winston, obsess too much about target priority and not enough about angles. Let me give you an example right here. I would never choose Junkrat Roadhog as my priority targets as Winston, right? Yeah. So what you're about to turn this corner into might be a bit of a nightmare. But let me explain to you why this still can work. They're going to have to turn all the way around behind 180 degrees and zap you. And what makes Winston unique compared to other dive tanks is that you should not get trapped. You should not get spammed by Junkrat. You should also not get hooked. Why?
I can jump out. I can bubble.
You can bubble. Jump out's a disengage, but bubble's the big one, right? Like, D.Va doesn't have that. She's got Matrix, but it's just not quite the same. And she can't do damage and mitigate at the same time either. So you should threaten this Junkrat, force Kiriko attention, and force Roadhog attention, and not take too much damage. That's the goal. Does that make sense? So even though I don't love Junkrat Roadhog, you didn't know they were here. This is a good angle from you. I like this a lot. This is great. Now walk into here and bubble and don't get hooked. So you walked away, and you know why you walked away? Because you saw Roadhog.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. Angle's good. Use the bubble. Take the trade. Trust yourself. This is great. Use the bubble, trade, disengage. Does that make sense?
Use the bubble, trade, disengage.
That's it. It's more important for you to set up an off angle than it is to obsess about one target. We'd prefer if we could choose to not go for hog, but I don't care. Use the bubble, zap these guys. This is huge. You're creating so much space right now. Look at the attention that you're forcing on yourself right now and away from your team, and you're in a perfect position to do so without dying, right? This is great.
And then I just fell.
Now I know why you did it. You were on a timer. You're like, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. And then you got bumped by the roof. So this is stupid, but it happens. I've done the exact same thing on this map, so don't worry about it. My point being is that you staged a really good dive and then lost faith. It's okay. Good job. Zap, relax, jump out. Next time, just bubble faster and you're cooking. Good stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Obsess about an off angle, right? Cover, verticality, whatever you'd like. Don't obsess about it has to be the Ana, not the Moira. Or it has to be the Widow, not the Zen. Or, oh no, there's a tank here, I gotta run away. Maybe. So you have space here, so you don't have to worry about Roadhog. You can take an angle over here. But once you're over here, I don't want you to worry about, oh, look at that, Merry Christmas. I would bubble that right here, just to make sure that she doesn't get healing and just to avoid taking too much damage. But like, let's go. Yes. Beautiful. Zap, bubble. Only thing here, you bubbled a little bit too late, so you got knocked back and you didn't do enough damage. That's it. But the angle is perfect. Look at the space you're going to create from this. Look at the responses. Look at the blue here, right? So you walk in, you bubble way too late, but oh my gosh, there's a giant, like, this is great. You've completely isolated that Sojourn who dies. Again. That's 2 fights in a row. You've taken an off angle, and one of your DPS has killed the Sojourn because the other person's isolated. Good job. Just bubble faster next time. Make sense?
Yeah.
I really like how you're staging here. This is really nice. Now, where's your next angle here? I asked it, and here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. See, you're hesitating too much. You're hesitating. Why are you hesitating? Are you waiting for your team?
Yeah, I'm turning around to see where they are because I don't
That's
want
all
to
right.
engage.
I don't mind you. But is your team fighting right now? From what you can see or what you can hear.
That little tiny speck looks like somebody.
Yeah. There's something happening on cart right now. You know what that means? Fight. You don't need follow-up on what you're doing. You need follow-up anywhere. Do you remember that with Reinhardt when you pinned the Zarya and I asked, was this good or bad? And you said bad because my supports can't see me, and I slapped you upside the face. Yeah. This is fine. Yeah. You don't need help for the dive. You just need to make sure that something's happening. And something is happening. So this is a good time to dive. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So you could jump over this Roadhog, find a squishy in the backline, bubble off, harass, pull them backwards. I don't love this, but not because not because, oh no, I didn't cook damage, just because you just didn't trust yourself. Okay. Sure. Oh no, bubble. Good. Not the end of the world. So you've been going through the motions here. You've been almost doing the right things, just the execution just hasn't quite been there. But I want to praise you because you have been trying to do the right things, and that shows. So from the information you have, why are you going left? I like this.
Oh, there's a big hog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you have full scouting. You're like, I don't want that angle. Let me see if I can find a better angle. And turns out you do. Now what?
Sojourn.
Merry Christmas, right? Or anything that's here. Anybody that's here. Just keep going. Jump. You know where they are, so jump. So you might jump. This is where you can Rein it a little bit. When you jump, you don't just jump in the middle of them. You jump kind of to the corner here and you zap from here. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something to consider. But you need to go. There's too much hesitation on the alt fire. This is much better. This is great. Bubble. Too late with the bubble. It's unbelievably hard to use bubble in Overwatch. It is one of the most challenging cooldowns to use. You just explained why, or just showed why. You're like, I don't want to bubble. This is pointless. It's coalescence. It's going to cleave the bubble anyway. Oh my gosh, Sojourn just annihilated me. Right? It happens. That's okay. I really like this jump, though. And you do get out. That's okay. That's unlucky. This is okay. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay. I don't want to seem like I'm downplaying some of these things where like you're dying or you're getting burst or your teammates are dying. What I'm looking for is more systematic, focused things that need to be done better, right? I'm not obsessed with tiny little details. The big stuff that needs to be done better is you need to have a little bit more confidence in your angles, and just bubble timing needs to be a little bit cleaner so you don't take quite so much damage. Like right now, where should you be staging, setting up? Where's your angle?
Top left?
So up here?
Yeah.
Yep, or top right. You're kind of thinking about it, right? Because to be honest with you, either one would have worked. Either one. Both would have given you opportunity to go for an engage. Yeah. So use it right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't wait. Because even if your team is backing off a little bit, you either back off completely or take a little bit of space. This is good. You should wait for your team, which is good because your team isn't fighting at all right now. Wait, 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 wait. Here they go. They're shooting the Roadhog right now. You see it? So let's go. And that's the hesitation that's killing you. Your Cassidy dies, nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is make sure that you get a cooldown or a trade off of that. You see what I'm saying? There's too much hesitation from you sometimes. This is good. Walk in there, bubble, zap, go. You see it? So use the staging. You've skipped the tank trade. Go kill somebody. Or force some cooldowns. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking, I'm throwing a lot of information your way. You kind of following all this so far?
I got you.
Okay. Heck, you could even go, I'm going to make my jump a little bit better, so I don't like this angle anymore. Let me try and jump over here and try this angle over here. That's fine. Just be decisive. It is not your job to deal with that Roadhog. Your job is to cut off all support to that Roadhog and let your team deal with it. Yeah, this fight's kind of lost. We might need to back off a little here. That's fine. If you have to bubble, you have to bubble. It's not the end of the world. Okay, let's keep going. Yes. Yes. Let's keep going. Do you see the hesitation here? There's a fight going right now. Do you see it? Your team is shooting Roadhog. Your Venture's on backline. You must go. You must apply pressure right now. There's a lot of hesitation. Now, I want to revisit to make doubly sure I understand why. Is the hesitation because of Roadhog? Is hesitation of, I don't know if my team's going to follow up on my dive? What's going through your brain right here?
I don't want to jump in without my team being able to follow up.
Got it. Okay. Do you see how it's important that I've shifted the metric of what follow-up means? What is follow-up? Sure. What's follow-up?
What is follow-up? They can shoot the guys I'm shooting at. They can heal me.
So that's the mistake right there. It's the same thing with the Reinhardt, remember? You don't need follow-up to your dive. You just need your team doing anything productive. If you jump this backline here and force cooldowns, you cut off resources to this Roadhog and allow your team to shoot him in the face. Does that make sense? If you only play Winston when you have follow-up from your team, you will lose so many games. You must be a team player by making sure that your teammates are out of spawn and shooting enemies. And when they are, you must dive and isolate that target. You're waiting for follow-up on the targets on backline when you're running a Cassidy Zenyatta. Those are not exactly dive characters. You get what I'm saying? They're not going to help you on backline. But you know what they will do? Murder this guy if they don't make any terrible mistakes. They're perfectly equipped for killing Roadhog, not for diving. So stop waiting for follow-up. That's never going to come. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you check your team, you're checking for follow-up in terms of can they do anything? Damage, healing, shooting shield, whatever. But don't wait for them to follow up off of your target because you're never going to be happy with that result. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
And that applies to Ryan too, because you're going to have some situations with Ryan where you pin top and you're holding shield and you're like, why is my teammate not killing these guys? Because they're killing this guy instead. That's all they can see. That's fine. You're still being a team player. It's this hesitation of like, I'm going to wait until my teammate does anything. The Venture was tanking for you there. In fact, the only reason Roadhog died is because everybody was looking at Venture. You see that? Venture did what you should have been doing that fight, which is diving backline and isolating that hog. Sure, good dive. Just a little bit messy with the bubble placement. You see what I'm saying? You get here, you got to bubble a little bit earlier and dance, or even Primal Rage. But hey, you ate the Riptires, so. Tough match, yeah?
It was not my best. It definitely was not esports worthy.
That's okay. That's okay.
And I swapped to Ryan because there's a guy I'm not comfortable on Winston right now. I gotta.
Yeah.
I need my comfort food.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, it's fine to play Ryan here. Got a good choke to hold, so let's see what you do. Any questions with Winston?
Not immediately. I do have matchup questions.
Let's stop there. Let's go over the matchup questions and let's take some notes. What needs to be done better with your Winston from what we saw? Let's keep it simple.
Drop bubble earlier.
Right, just the timing of the bubble. I wouldn't say drop bubble earlier, but just keep practicing when do I bubble, when do I bubble, when do I bubble, when do I bubble. Very, very challenging, but very important. Okay, it's number one. Mm-hmm. What else?
So if my team is shooting somebody, that means the fight started.
Correct.
I need to be engaged.
Correct. The timing of your engage does not depend off your team following up of your target. The timing of your engage is depending off my team doing anything aggressive. Anything, even shooting shield.
Yeah.
Number three, keep taking those angles. Needed to be better at it, but to be honest, it was a strong point of yours. It was by far your strongest point in relation to your rank, was your willingness to take angles, to stage dives, was really good. Your problem was that you'd get there and you'd either screw up your bubble or you'd hesitate. That was the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can always get better with your positioning, but you're off to a really, really good start. You should keep up the good work.
Okay.
Questions, matchups.
So for matchups, like Doomfist, like if Doomfist jumps my backline, and I'm on Winston, do I just dive his backline harder? Do I peel?
If you are right next to the Doomfist, shoot him. If you're not, dive backline. Wherever you are setting up for your angle and you run into Doomfist, fight him. If you're not, go for his backline. Your advantage versus Doomfist is that you have Bubble. Bubble is broken at allowing you to do damage without taking damage and dealing with cooldowns. Doomfist has a way higher ceiling of what he can do kill-wise, but a way, way more punishing mistake if he does screw up.
Okay.
Good question. What else?
And on Winston, how often should I be walking on main versus flank? Because sometimes at the start of the game, I'm like, I'm going to do the 420, 69 IQ play, outflank them, and then it just sort of ends, like tragically. Versus if I walk on main, I have like my teammates there and they know what I'm doing.
Sure. So when we said taking angles, it doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to take a hard flank like you did sometimes on Dorado. So if you're not if you're just kind of off to the side or off in a high ground, zapping them from the side, that's okay. You just take an angle. You use your mobility to abuse the fact that you can get to positions that other people can't. And also, if you get pushed, you just jump out. I mean, jump is way better than pin because you get in trouble, you just jump immediately. Pin is risky and slow and wind up. Jump's instant.
Yeah.
So you abuse your angles. It doesn't always mean hard flanking here. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't flank. I think some of your flanks there were really good, but it just means you don't have to.
Is it team comp dependent? Whether or
no.
not I flank like that?
No, it's map dependent. Map dependent. I mean, it might be team comp dependent. In other words, if you run into, like, if they're running like Widow, Zen, and nobody's on the flank and you're just on a ghost town, then yeah, sure, flank all the way to backline. But you might run into Tracers, Sombras, Genjis, and so on the flanks more, and so that's fine.
Yeah. Like on Dorado, I always take that flank out of spawn on attack, first point. I always do that. I almost always do that. But because it's the map, that's like the right.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're thinking
Okay.
about it correctly there because you're thinking more about the map. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? These are good so far.
Um, I think that's all of my Winston questions.
Okay. Any general questions here? Because we got some, I'll say around 3 specific things to work on for each character, one at a time. I think 2 for Ryan, excuse me.
Yeah.
Winston, same thing. Work on them one at a time. You're a teacher. You know how it works. You should never try to do everything at the same time. Just take drills into games, and now you have something very actionable that you should be able to work on every game you play Winston. Because all 3 of the things we talked about, you can do in every game, every time you play Winston, regardless of what they're playing. But any other general
Yeah.
questions?
Hero pool. Should I just stick with Ryan Winston?
Sure, sure,
Um,
sure. It's great. If you find yourself getting frustrated and wanting to try a new tank, go for it.
yeah.
No, it's fine.
Playtime. So
Mm-hmm.
I tend to play at night because I'm a teacher, so I work during the
Yep.
day.
Yep.
And I do like other sports.
Yep.
Um, so like 2 hours a night.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yep. For your goals, yes.
Okay.
You'll be more tired because you're an adult. Welcome to the club, so your energy going to the game is going to be less than some people. But I think 2 hours
Yeah.
is more than enough for what your goals are, which is diamond. The question is going to be the quality of those hours, taking breaks between games, having specific goals, keeping a good attitude when things get tough, that kind of a thing. But overall, yeah, fine.
Yeah. Like I do get up and walk around. I don't know. Like, should I time myself when I walk around between games, or is it just? I feel like it.
Just feel like it. I mean, it's a minute, right? It's not going to be. You're not walking around for 3 minutes 42 seconds, right? Just yeah.
Yeah, like I'll do like a moat task, like fold laundry or something.
Yep, that's
you know?
perfect. That's exactly what I do as well. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else?
I think that's everything.
All right,
That
mate.
pretty much covers it.
Was a pleasure.